Pedro Neto to Arsenal transfer blow, and his transfer is now in question as far as this summer transfer window is really concerned, because very many teams have gone ahead to charge up for this Portuguese international who is 23 years of age, and they're looking at him to replace or upgrade on the right attacking side of the midfield of these teams: Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle, I think, and Chelsea, not forgetting Tottenham Hotspur. If you're really having all those players looking at you, that means you are so much in high demand, and all you have to do is simple: get going, keep yourself fit, because his performances have been really good this season, but he has gone ahead to suffer an injury that could keep him out until the end of the season. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. We are going to talk about Xavi revealing to us as to why they really had to let Antonio Griezmann go, and they are still in pain as to why they really let him go, and why are they still in pain. And lastly, we are going to talk about Mudryk as they prepare to play against Leicester City today. You know what it is. Obviously, we are talking how he really went ahead to score that goal against Newcastle. It was really a beauty to watch. Until now, everyone is still asking about how he went ahead, obviously kill off that beautiful game of football in a nick of time, and that was Monday this week. Let's see close to 200 likes matching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. You're left with just 30 subscribers to hit 20,100 subscribers, and let's make it a point that we hit that milestone before the end of today. So the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum and Ramadan Mubarak. For the Christians, it's a Sunday, and those going to church, may the Lord lead you safely to the church, and may him cover you in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. And everyone watching this channel, when you're Christian, may the living to God bless you abundantly, and may his protective hand see you through everything that is not going the way you want it. So where should we start? Let's start off from the manager of Wolverhampton Wanderers, saying Pedro Neto potentially end of the season for him. It's very similar to the injury he had on the other side. So the manager has come out and really said that injury is really serious. It's not a usual injury, and it's really gonna really affect the player. Now, in his other words that he told BBC went ahead to quote him, and they had the following to say about the injury that Pedro Neto really got, as his side was being knocked out by Coventry City by 3-2. Coventry went ahead to leave it late. The manager said to BBC, known as Gary O'Neill, that it was 9 weeks last time. It could be quicker. It could be a bit longer. It didn't feel serious all the time, but if there is any tendon involvement, the rehab can take a lot longer. He's still young and he's devastated. It's important we get him back right. So the manager has come out and spoken, and he has stated it out loud that the player has gotten the same injury that is going to usually get, that is Pedro Neto. If at all you know Pedro Neto, he has been disturbed by very many injuries, and when you look at his injury record, it's really a little bit trying to improve this season, because he has gone ahead to really feature in very many games than he has ever for the side of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, in 2023, right, he returned in October, right? He returned in December after getting what we call a hamstring injury. And yesterday, and 10th March 2024, he's really having what we call a hamstring injury again. But remember, in the summer of 2022, he also had what we call an ankle injury that kept him out for 127 days. He returned in February 2023. Then in in April, 12th April 2021, he was out for 297 days because of any injury. So he's an injury-prone player, though this season he has only been out for 58 days and he missed out on 9 games. And ever since then, Pedro Neto has gone ahead, obviously coming through and put in stats that everyone has gone ahead, obviously appreciate as a player. This season, he's one of the players that has gone ahead to put in very many assists into the Premier League, and his numbers are not lying. He has gone ahead to play 19 Premier League games compared to the ones he played last season, 18. He has gone ahead to play one more, though no sooner had he gone ahead to play one more in the Premier League than he found himself really get injured. 2 goals and 9 assists. That is Pedro Neto for you, elevating his game than never before, ever since he played for the side of Wolves. The best season for him was in 2020-2021 when he scored 5 goals and 6 assists in 31 appearances, meaning that if he can keep himself fit, then the rest will be history. But he's out again, and that injury is really gonna cost him. And when did the injury coming through? The injury coming through at a very worst note, where this young man was really playing for a team that went ahead to lose to Coventry by 3-2. So for me, Pedro Neto is a very good player, but these injuries are really something scary. And the big question is, are the teams interested in him bothered about these injuries, or they believe that these are injuries that can come in through and really see him really return sorry about that, and see him return ASAP. So let's see what Fraser Foster, who is really a transfer expert for the Team Talk, has to say about these injuries that have gone ahead to coming through frequently for Pedro Neto. Are they gonna really give these teams a scare from him? Fraser Foster tells us that Pedro Neto has struggled with injuries, but sources say that has not put off potential suitors. Indeed, despite missing 9 games due to a hamstring injury mid-season, the Wolves winger has 2 Premier League goals and 9 assists to his name. Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool and Newcastle all have strong interest, with Spurs also keen but not as likely to land the Portuguese international at this stage. Sources say that a bid of around £60 million is required to shift him this summer, and Wolves are resigned to losing him at some point during the window. So amid all what this guy is going in through and it's all about him being injured, it's not obviously a scare to the parties interested in this player. I've already told you, Arsenal wanted Pedro Neto in the summer of 2022, and the story was broken by David Austin, but Arsenal felt like they never had the money. And every summer that has gone ahead, obviously follow up, Arsenal have gone ahead, obviously, to make a different kind of player a priority. And for Man City, they want to get him in as a replacement for Riyad Mahrez, and they're also looking at Mike Olise. Then the other side is Chelsea. Obviously, they want to set it that they get in a player like Pedro Neto, then Newcastle and Tottenham Hotspur. So it's really evident that the player is highly demanded for, and no one is really going to stand in his way, because they believe if a player can play 19 games a season or 20 in the Premier League, then he has gone ahead to pass that test. So wait and see what decision is Arsenal, Man City, Newcastle, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur, Newcastle are really going to make when it comes, obviously, chasing in for the signature of Pedro Neto. And this was his season, because if he kept himself fit to play the remaining number of games, because they are 10 in the Premier League, he would have gone ahead to get in a double figure of assists and then maybe put in some 2-3 goals to really get in 15 goal contributions a season. But if they talk about 9 weeks, those are 2 months and 1 week. As we speak, the season is ending on the 19th of May, and those are the 2 months. And Pedro Neto is going to find himself not kicking a ball for Wolverhampton Wanderers, something that is bad, that might even affect his chances to obviously be part of the Portuguese side to go into the Euros to play in Germany. So that is Pedro Neto for you, and that injury blast is going to hit to affect him. And I don't know how teams like Arsenal are really going to react, because they're going to hit to show huge intent to sign the player. Even Man United is following up on Pedro Neto. He has been lined up as the second alternative. They miss out on Mike Olise from Crystal Palace. That is it through coming in from Pedro Neto, but there are question marks on whether Arsenal, Man City and other teams are really still interested in him after he's going to hit obviously gate a hamstring injury. Now let's go to the Catalonia side, Barcelona. Xavi was asked about Antonio Griezmann. He said, we decided to let Antonio Griezmann leave just because of the financial situation. The club had to let him go. Griezmann is a player that I like a lot, but he left for that reason. So everyone who has been asking himself as to why this guy really went ahead to leave the side of Barcelona to go ahead and really play for Atletico Madrid, it was all about the financial fair play reasons, because Barcelona is one of those teams that were hugely affected, and he is playing for Atletico Madrid and is really putting them into that ilk. After Messi leaving and very many other players are leaving, I think he was the player that would best really describe sorry about that would best describe the word experience at the side of Barcelona when it comes to the final, after the final third attacks of Barcelona. He was really talented. He could play as a left forward, false number 9, and his best position is a central attacking midfielder playing behind a number 9. So Barcelona needed the player, but they couldn't keep him around because of the problems they're going to hit to have. And these problems are going to hit to extend to them not getting in players like Ruben Neves, They couldn't even get in players like Zubimendi and very many other players that are going to hit obviously go and play for different teams all over the world. Because when you look at a player like Enzo Fernandez, if Barcelona had the money, there is no way we would have going to accept a deal to join the side of Chelsea. But because they never had that money, they would have gone ahead to really sign him. So that's why they've gone ahead to make a decision of really doing the needful and going away from those signatures. So Griezmann is with Atletico Madrid, has gone ahead to lead them to the Champions League quarterfinals. As you saw to it, that he really leveled up the game after Inter Milan had gone ahead to take a lead, and then I think, was it Bastoni? Yeah, I think it was Bastoni who went ahead obviously score, and after that he leveled the game, and then Memphis Depay went ahead obviously give them a lead. The game went to penalties, and it was won by Atletico Madrid after Inter Milan went ahead to miss out onto penalties, and even their captain Lautaro Martinez went ahead to miss out onto that beautiful penalty. Onto that beautiful moment where he would have gone ahead to keep his side into the mix. So that is coming in through from Antonio Griezmann. He was wanted at Barcelona, but they couldn't keep him because he was earning a lot of money, £780,000 a week. That's what he used to earn, and Barcelona had to obviously reduce onto their wage bill, and the player they had to sell was him, and 40 million euros I think exchanged hands from Atletico Madrid to Barcelona, and that's the only thing that Barcelona really had to do. Let's go to Mudryk, having gone ahead to score a very beautiful goal against Newcastle. He has come out and said the following about his goal. I felt this unbelievable roar from the crowd. It was one of my best moments since I've ever joined at Chelsea. It was like goosebumps, and that goal was really exquisite. For anyone who never saw it, let me just show you a frame of how he went ahead to go past these people. And that was the last person he went through, or he went past. But he had gone ahead to go past 2-3 defenders, and he used what we call a lightning pace to obviously go throughout them. That is Mudryk for you, and facing the goalkeeper of Newcastle. and he had to obviously beat him by his standards. So that's what I had for you in here for you. But for Mudryk, he has another outing today as they host the side of Leicester City at the Stamford Bridge, and he needs to obviously up his game to the levels that we expect him to be. And he has been really very much good when it comes to his play into these moments, especially into moments like this. That is Mudryk for you. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rokani David is my name. Neto to Arsenal transfer blow. I welcome in the comment section below what you make about it. Do you think Arsenal should sign Pedro Neto? If you're a Man City fan, do you think Man City should sign Pedro Neto? If you're a Liverpool fan, do you think they should sign him? If you're a Newcastle fan, do you think they should sign him? Because he has gone ahead to play 19 games this season in the Premier League, 2 goals and 19 assists. Sorry, 9 assists and 2 goals, 11 goal contribution. Because one will think that if Atletico can put up such a goal involvement when he's playing in for side of Wolverhampton Wanderers, then how is he going to perform when obviously goes ahead to really do the needful? But we all know that sometimes these huge money signings are really a lottery, and if you have £60 million, you can sign this player. Would you wish your team to sign or to spend £60 million on Pedro Neto in a situation where he is right now? He is going to obviously see himself really injured. All that and more into the comment section below. Barcelona selling off Griezmann. What are your thoughts about it? Was it a right move or not? All it's an excuse being given by Barcelona that it's all about the financial fair play rule. Yet Xavi had his reasons of really selling this guy, because after selling him they had to bring in Rafinha, yet he would also do well into that position. Then lastly, what do you make about Mudryk's stance already vocalizing, all breaking sirens on the goal he went ahead to score against Newcastle? Guys, it's nice talking to you. Barakallahu fikum and Ramadan Kareem to the Muslims all over the world and the people watching this channel. For the Christians, we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Rokani David is my name. I'm out.